In the world of the internet, there are still the haves and the have-nots. In this digital domain, the more you see, the more you want, even when you're watching nothing at all. The internet is definitely a feast for the mind, a smorgasbord of information. But while some people overindulge their virtual appetites, others still can't get their minds off McDonald's.
That's obviously true. You could say nothing is safe on the net. But I mean, if we just forget that the net is not the greatest thing since sliced bread, there are other technologies besides internet. If we get back to the whole concept of digital cash itself, digi-cash. Digi-cash is actually created by a cryptographer named David Chaum, who is actually set up in Amsterdam. And the whole concept behind digital cash, again, is to have a smart card with a small microcontroller on, a credit card size piece of plastic that uses, among other things, the RSA public key encryption algorithm. And the idea in itself is a really great idea, and the actual method that's being used is a very secure and, cryptographically strong method. The problem, again, is who is going to back these credits financially? Obviously, you don't have to be a genius in economics to know that, money, dollars and cents are backed by gold and silver. What do you back these anonymous credits with? That's the biggest problem.
Do you think that...
Everyone wants to make money. Unfortunately, on the internet, everyone is equal and most things are free. But then you just can't keep some people from trying.
I think Kevin's been largely misunderstood and kind of made an example out of. I mean, they always need someone to serve the role of the bad guy. I mean, no one's bringing to light the fact that Shimomura, the guy at the San Diego Supercomputing Center, was actually writing security tools for the NSA. Why was he doing that? Because the NSA wants to snoop on the internet. Obviously, they've been doing that for a long time. The media doesn't seem to care about that. It's more important that Shimomura thinks he took down Kevin Mitnick, so Kevin Mitnick has to be this really evil bad guy.
Mitnick was definitely a talented hacker. The question is, how talented was he, and was he evil or was he misunderstood? These are things that you really can only find out by getting to know Kevin. And I've gotten to know Kevin over the years. I don't believe he's malicious, and I don't believe he's guilty of even a quarter of the things they're charging him with.
Online, it's not good looks and nice clothes that impress. It's language and knowledge. In this world, information is power, and the ability to get that information, the ultimate goal.
If you just look at the evolution for a moment of people defeating security, like, say, 10 years ago might have involved guessing passwords or something really simple along those lines. Guessing passwords to accounts or accounts that might not even be passworded right out of the box. If you look at how things are today, like, say, 10 years later, it's not like that anymore. Things have gotten progressively more complex and more technical. So it's like, it's not as if the security companies are the ones that are always one step ahead, and that, all the rebel youth, if you want to call them that, are always one step behind and figuring out what the security companies have done now. It's not like that. The security companies are always scrambling for a solution. Once it's been made known, usually publicly, made publicly either by a particular break-in or made publicly because someone announced that, here's this security hole, this is how you do it. And there's no choice but for the security people to scramble for a fix, which I think is the way it should be, because I think security companies in general are really fucking stupid. And that if people weren't out there actually defeating security measures, they wouldn't be doing anything. They'd just be sitting around, raking in the money.
Here on the internet, convenience is king, with everything literally at your fingertips. Soon, you won't ever have to move from your office chair.
The media, I fear, does not understand most of what it tries to do. And I say this because I've dealt with the media quite a lot on the hacking issue, and on a couple of other issues too. And I've noticed that they tend to go for the headlines and not so much for the facts. And if this is the case with everything they cover, then nobody really knows what's going on in the world. They really can't get the hacker angle more wrong than they have. They don't try to understand where hackers are coming from. They don't try to understand the mystique behind it. They just take a very simplistic view and try to preach to the least common denominator in all of us, to get us to react, to say, oh my God, these people are out there and they're going to do something horrible to my system and they're going to destroy my credit rating. I'm missing the entire point that we live in a vulnerable society where this information is being broadcast all over the place. That's the problem. And the hackers are simply the ones that are bringing it to the forefront.
User input required here. Please make your selection now.